Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast, Aftersight. I am your host, Penn Street, and I want to thank Audio Information Network of Colorado for making this podcast a reality. Today is a great day. We have a wonderful guest today. His name is Daniel Varela, and I've known Daniel for a long time, and Daniel is the poster child for there being life after sight. And Daniel has overcome a lot of barriers in his life, and I can't wait for all of you to get to know Daniel better. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Hi, everybody. My name is Daniel. I could say, completely blind. I was born with Retinitis Pigmentosa. I come from really humble parents. I was born in Mexico. It's called Ciudad Madera, Chihuahua. And yes, a little hard for you guys to pronounce, but you guys can. But when my parents, so I was born like that, but my parents didn't know at the time. And I was about 1 year old when they started taking me to hospitals down in Mexico. And they couldn't figure out what I had. And my parents thought that by migrating to the U.S., I would have a better life, because in Mexico, as you know, there's a lot of poverty over there. And my parents used to work, my father used to work for $3. Can you believe that, Penn? $3.
Wow, that's amazing.
A day. And it was just like, there was no life. I mean, we could have survived, but with my vision impairment, I wasn't going to learn anything, because at the time I was 5, I was in kindergarten, and they were like teaching me with clay, like figurines and stuff. And it was just like, there was no Braille. Like, I didn't know Braille until I came to the U.S. And
how old were you when you came to the U.S.?
When I came to the U.S., I was 7 years old.
Wow.
6 years. Hold on. I was 6 years old, because when I came to the U.S., we went straight to Kansas City. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yes.
And then my parents started taking me to the hospitals there in Wichita. I think it's called Wichita City. I believe. And so they took me there, and they were doing all these bunch of studies, and they couldn't figure out what I had until one doctor said, you know what, I think he has RP, retinitis pigmentosa. So they started putting me in the bus. I was still in kindergarten. So they sent me on the bus, my parents, to school, and then they picked me up from the bus. And I cried a lot, Penn, like a lot, because I didn't know the barrier of English language.
Oh, that's true, because not only were you visually impaired,
yeah,
which that in itself is scary.
Yeah,
you were also you didn't speak the language.
No, I just spoke Spanish.
Wow.
And so by doing that, it was a constant crying.
Oh.
And I remember my first watch that I got, it was the Rooster watch. Remember that?
Yes, I do remember the Rooster.
Yeah, so I got introduced to that. So I was just clicking on the time, wishing that hour was over so I could leave home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so from that, I just got transferred my parents decided to move to Colorado, because they thought it was a better life in Colorado. And so I hit 7, and we came to Estes Park, Colorado, where I went to first grade there. And I met my first cane in first grade.
Oh.
I never liked it. I didn't like it, but you know what? It's a tool that I have to use to be independent. And then in first grade, I got introduced to like Braille, and it was so new to me. Like, everything didn't fit. So the English barrier, nothing fitted until I hit 3rd grade.
Is that when English started becoming part of your norm? And is that what sort of made things a little better?
I think it made it a little better, because in 2nd grade, do you know Miss Evans?
I do. I
Yeah.
do.
She was the teacher. She was really comprehensive with
Oh,
me,
good.
and she did a lot of stuff that I needed to be able to understand. And I reached third grade and I felt more confident. But it was
Mm.
every year, Penn. Every year I cried the first day of school
Oh,
because I don't know, maybe it was really hard for me to get orientated with classes. I don't know. I think I was really timid at that time.
yeah.
But it was just it was a hard situation for me. But I did it. I did it, and
Yes,
I
you
went
did.
through it. And like everybody else has to go through it.
Yeah, when you got to what grade were you in when you decided to go to the Colorado School for the Deaf and Blind?
When I decided to go to the school for the Colorado Deaf and Blind, I was in ninth grade,
Oh, okay. High school then, right?
high school, because the school district and stuff. They were not affording a teacher to come every day up to Estes Park.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it wasn't really your decision to
No,
go to move
no.
schools, it was the school districts.
It was the school district that
Okay.
they told my parents, you know what, his education, we cannot provide longer the teacher. And, my parents not knowing the law or stuff like that,
Right.
they just adapted to what was what. And
Right.
I just got sent. And it was really hard for me because that was the first time I was independent.
Hmm.
That's what I thank my parents a lot, because if I wasn't sent over there, I think I was just going to be sitting at home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it was just like, this was, this was all new to me. I mean, it was really hard for the 2 weeks that I was there at first when I started,
Hmm.
but after it just became easier and easier and easier. I mean, life came more normal. I could feel independent. I could feel that I could live alone with
Wow.
no help of whatever from parents or close family, because I knew how to be independent without sight.
Was that your first experience? I knew you met me, and I think you might have been in middle school, but it was pretty briefly. But was when you went to the Colorado School for the Deaf and Blind, was that your first experience being around other kids that were blind?
That's Yes, that's exactly right. I was the only blind kid in my school because there was no other blind people
Well, I
around.
think you were the only kid, and I was the only adult up there at the time.
But it was, Penn, you always been my mentor, and I always told you this. I mean, I
Oh.
always follow up to you, and I always, when I run into something, who do I call? Penn, because Penn is my mentor, and I
Oh.
follow you because it's just the things that I learned from you, and which I'm thankful. I mean,
Yeah, but that's
nobody.
sweet of you, but you're the one who did the work. Like nobody
I,
can do the work for you.
oh
So,
no, no, I know that, but in a way, we have a person to admire to, and
yeah.
I mean, nobody's better than nobody. But you might know more stuff than I don't know in those times that I needed help.
Yeah. Well, it's been wonderful, and you've been an inspiration to me too, because after high school, you went on to massage therapy school in Fort Collins. So how did you decide that massage was something that you wanted to do as a career?
Well, listen, my whole goal was computer specialist, like a
Mm,
technology geek or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And I just said, you know what? But I don't want to sit in a desk. I don't want to
Mm,
sit all day in a desk. And I said, and it's fine for people that want to, but it wasn't for me. I felt that I wanted to help people.
yeah.
And one day my back was hurting so bad. And I said, you know what? We were in Fort Collins. And you know what? I go, just stop by a clinic. I need an adjustment. So I went into the clinic to the massage therapy, and I needed an adjustment. And I felt so good. And then I don't know, I just felt some weird energies coming through my hands. And I said, you know what? I'm going to help people. I'm going to do this. And I'm
Wow.
going to go through massage. And
Wow.
I'm going to find an apartment. And my parents go, son, we can't commute back and forth. It's an expense coming back and
Yeah.
forth from Estes Park. And I said, don't worry, I got it. I will figure something out. And
And did you
luckily,
go through the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation to do that,
yes,
or you did? Okay, that's what I thought I remembered, but and did they help you find an apartment and
yes, they
okay.
did help me find an apartment, and they helped me at the time, and they helped me find the massage school, inadequate massage school there that I could go to, because I told them I don't want to go 2 years. I just want to go. It's a fast track, and
Yeah.
I want to get out of there.
Yeah.
That's, and
And you
that's
did. You did.
and I did, but you know
Yeah.
what? There was so much struggles, Penn, because
Mm.
there were so much obstacles in massage therapy, because there's a lot of modeling. So people have to lay and
Oh.
demonstrations and muscles. And the instructor said, "You're not going to do it. You're not going to be able to do it.
And
He's not going to be able to make it." And I did it, Penn.
you did. You did.
Yeah.
And it seemed like when you returned to Estes Park to start your own business, you were you were successful right out of the gate, it seemed.
Yes, I was successful. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy to start a business, because once you start a business, people say, "Oh, you got it made." No, you have a lot of responsibilities with that. But yeah, I started building up clientele after clientele, and it's just like it started thriving slowly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it seemed like everybody knew who you were already and put their trust in you to put their health in your care and that was amazing. And then Daniel, I wanted you to because I tell this story about you when was it 2013 when the flood
Yeah,
hit Estes Park, and I remember you called me during the flood, like it was still pouring down raining. You
yeah.
could hear the storm, but you didn't totally know what was going on and how frightening that was. Can you share a little bit about that story?
It was a little frightening because, I used to live by the area. You know where Fish Creek?
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
little creek that goes through the houses. Well, I lived across the street, and it was raining, thundering, pouring, like a lot of rain. I never heard or saw and experienced like this before. The cars were moving, like they were being dragged by the water, and you can hear
Wow.
them smashing against the poles, or explosions from the propane lines.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we heard a couple of those. It was a disaster. I mean, there was water everywhere. Our basement got flooded, buckets and buckets of water we had to pour out. It was cold because our power lines were cut, our
Mm.
cell phone communications were cut. So basically, we were just it was really bad.
And you were trapped, right? You couldn't even leave
We
because
couldn't
the
go
water was
anywhere.
all around you.
No, we couldn't go anywhere. The canyons were closed, where we go through travel. We to get to Loveland or Longmont, it took us about 4 hours, because we had to go through Highway 7 pin.
Yeah, oh right. You had to go all the way up and around.
Because
That's amazing.
Safeway ran out of food.
Yeah. Well, I remember you called me
Yeah,
because you were worried about your guide dog not having
yeah,
dog food. And so I
yeah.
called the Estes Park Lions and they brought you dog
And
food.
thankfully, they got me dog food, because the dog food, there was no dog food for my dog.
Wow.
And I was just like, what am I gonna give him? It was so frightening. It was an experience to think and thank life and be grateful for my Mother Nature, that it's there, and
Yeah.
respect Mother Nature, because, it just happened in 3 days.
Wow.
The whole
That,
flood happened in 3 days. I mean, you could hear everything rumble, rocks, everything. It was scary.
wow. Wow. Yeah, it just seems like life always throws you these zingers and you always seem to bounce back. And I know you got really, really sick and that really altered your life for quite a while.
Yeah, I got really sick in 2017. I ended up in a walker for 6 months. I couldn't talk. I couldn't feed myself. They had to feed me. it was a really rough experience.
What happened? What was the diagnosis from that?
My diagnosis was an hemiplegic migraine
Mm.
with shingles
Oh
inside
my.
my ear. So it was full of blisters.
Oh,
They couldn't figure out what it was. They thought I was crazy, that I wanted medication just to get high off. But I knew I wasn't crazy. It was all
yeah.
in my head. I know they said it's all in your head. Yeah, it was all in my head. It was shingles.
Literally in your head.
Yeah, it was shingles and the migraines that I get that I used to get, and I was in physical therapy, speech therapy, like
Wow.
all kinds of therapy. I was in balance therapy because I lost my balance, and it was a whole nightmare. I thought it was the end for me, but God had
Yeah,
other plans,
that's
and
right.
I'm still here,
You are. You are.
restarting life again.
You are. And then you've moved down to Longmont, Colorado, and you opened up your business there.
Yeah.
And for people to find you, they can go to seeinghands.massagetherapy.com. Again, that's seeinghands.massagetherapy.com. And then also, Daniel, and this was something that's new and I didn't know about you. You are actually an influencer on social media. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I like to make videos. I like to vlog because those are my memories. I mean, I can't see pictures, but I can hear the audio.
Yeah.
And I like filming. So one time, we were eating out at a restaurant, me and my wife, and we were eating out at a restaurant, and I said, you know what, film me. I'm gonna eat out of a rock. They're called molcajetes in Spanish. It's a Mexican food dish.
Mo-
It's really good, Penn. It has all
Wait.
kinds of meat. Sorry for the ones that don't eat meat, but yeah, it has a lot of meat. Or they could serve it as seafood as well. They could put seafood,
Wow.
and it's a rock, and it has a hole in the middle, and they put the food in the hole in the middle, and then they just heat it up really hot in the oven because when you
Wow.
get that rock, it comes sizzling. So I got the rock and I started eating out of the rock. And you know what? I'm gonna post this video, and I just posted it, and I went viral.
Wow.
It went crazy, and from there, I just started motivating a lot of people that see my videos and watch my videos and listen to my videos. And without sight, it's there's still life. There's a lot of life. It's a new you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've listened to some of your TikTok videos, and you do a lot with food, I noticed, which is awesome. It always makes me hungry when you're talking about the food. What's the best way to get a hold of you and to follow you on social media?
They can find me at Daniel, so Daniel. It's all together. DanielsWorld TV. So Daniel's World TV. You can find me on Twitter, TikTok, or YouTube because I have a YouTube channel as well.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So Daniel, what's next for you? You've had this successful business, and I know you're still doing massage, and then you've now become this, influencer on social media. What's next for Daniel Varela?
What's next for me? Let's see. I have a lot of plans. I wish right now I'm working on making a show series of my daily life, which I kind of do, but I really want to know. I really want to do more into that. But the main thing right now is I'm looking for blind massage therapists or sighted, either way, to join me at my workforce to help with doing massage. I'm looking into being a teacher for massage therapy.
So anybody out there in our audience, if you are a massage therapist, who is blind and is looking for a job, because as you know, 70 to 80% of us are unemployed, definitely reach out to Daniel. And then, or even if you're sighted, Daniel's not going to discriminate against you. But if you are looking, and this would be for the Longmont, Colorado area.
Yeah.
So what's the best way for them to reach you, Daniel? Do you want them to call you, email you?
You could call me. You could either call or text. It's 970-599-0834. Once again, it's going to be 970-599-0834. That's my
great.
cell phone number. Or you can contact me at the website that Penn provided you guys. There's my info in there too.
That's right. And if you didn't catch any of that, you can always reach me at Audio Information Network of Colorado, or email me, which is Penn, Penn, at aincolorado.org. Again, it's Penn, Penn, at aincolorado.org. So Daniel, it's been such a treat catching up with you today. And, summer is right around the corner, and I'm sure that, like you said, you don't like to sit inside behind a desk. So
no.
I'm sure you're going to be out and about.
It's an honor for you guys for you to invite me, Penn.
Absolutely.
I really enjoyed this talk. I feel like it went fast.
It does, doesn't it? Daniel, do you have any just last words of inspiration for our audience?
My last words of inspiration is impossible is possible. Mm-hmm. And don't let the world eat you. You have to eat the world. You have to thrive over the world. And without sight, there's life.
That's true. That's true. I couldn't have said it better myself. Well, thanks, everybody. And again, thanks, Daniel. And tell your lovely wife, Maria, I said hello.
I will.
And everybody out there, be kind to yourself and take a moment to be kind to somebody else today. And we will see you next week.